wanted was a clear confirmation that Mr. Hume, to whom two letters were addressed by Mohini Chatterjee, were not cared for or not answered, and remained unanswered for quite some time. Mr. Hume had called masters liars. Mr. Hume had called masters liars, and we all know Mr. Hume was a retired civil servant, and he called masters liars because he wanted occult powers. Hume wanted occult powers to be proved to him directly in a natural way, and Hume was doubting the master's existence, and he wanted direct communication from the masters, which Sinnett also wanted direct communication from the masters. And Hume suspected the letters were written by some intermediaries and not by masters. This is another doubt he had in his mind. Hume had differences with Madame Blavatsky. He felt that phenomena which she was doing were all manipulated, and Hume also did not like quite the way in which Madame Blavatsky ran the Theosophical Society or guided the Theosophical Society. So Hume was requesting all the time for rational proofs direct from the masters. Proofs were not forthcoming, and so he called masters liars. So this is the explanation one has for that statement which he has made, which is quite serious. Since master did not answer, so let us directly, it always used to go through the desk of Madame Blavatsky, or it will be posted from Madame Blavatsky. That was the problem they were not understanding. And to get the letters directly, the people should have the eligibility, which neither Hume nor Sinnett had at that point of time. And masters want to put on this record, on his record, that Hume did not answer the letters addressed to him by Mohini Chatterjee. Master wants that MC, meaning Mohini Chatterjee, should send that statement cited above to take on record that he is one whom he has not replied, and so I don't know what sort of name can be ascribed to that, and how he expects direct replies from the masters. This is the words of masters. And if one has to get communication or a message from the masters directly, one should have earned the eligibility, is what the literature says. Letter number 61. Master KH is asking Madame Blavatsky to give the letter he wrote a reply to in English for a letter received from a lady by name Kariwar, Kariwar. Master KH is asking Madame Blavatsky to give the letter he wrote a reply in English to a letter received from a woman Kariwar. So master wants that Mohini Chatterjee should translate master's letter in English to Bengali, and MC, that is Mohini Chatterjee, should also send the reply along with the original letter which she has sent to Madame Kariwar. And he was a pure woman, she was a pure woman, said master, and master said he would take all precaution to all the care to protect that woman and her husband. And this is what he wanted to say to Madame Blavatsky, and Mohini Chatterjee should write that letter in Bengali. Master also asks Mohini Chatterjee should write to Kariwar and ask her to go to Bombay to see and meet Madame Blavatsky. Kariwar's brother perhaps was in Mumbai, but she may not see her brother, but she has to meet Madame Blavatsky. Kariwar has to meet Madame Blavatsky, is what master had instructed through Mohini Chatterjee's, if the letter has reached Kariwar. Master says the reply can't be retained by Kariwar. The reply which the master has given, which is translated into Bengali by Mohini Chatterjee, cannot be retained by Kariwar, and she should note the contents and burn the letter.
अच्छा
8 ବର୍ଷ ଚାକିରି ଅଛି
ତାର
ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ତ ଆହୁରି 8 ବର୍ଷ ଅଛି
ଓକେ
3 ବର୍ଷ ହେଲାଣି ବ୍ରହ୍ମପୁରରେ କିଛି ଗାଡି ଚଲାଉନଥିଲା ବସିକି
Master says
ଯେତେବେଳେ
yourself.
ଗାଡି କାର ଆମର
somebody
ଦିଟା
is
ଗାଡି
talking, ma'am.
ଭିତରେ ଗୋଟେ ଆଉ
Nobody is talking, but it is some disturbance is
Malik.
coming.
Vinay Malik, I think somebody is talking. Anyway, I don't mind cross talking.
Yes, Binay Malik.
Master says he doesn't know Bengali and he wouldn't like to use his precious powers to learn that language and try to write in that language. This is what Master had remarked in that letter. So Master wanted that the name of Mohini Chatterjee should be written in full in that reply which he will send, translated reply which he will send to Madam Kariwal. So a lot of us feel that we are doing Master's work and Master will take care and protect us. What is true is one should be reaching that eligibility to receive Master's blessings, and Masters will not be interfering with our individual karma, and what a person has to go through, has to face, they have to face. This is what is there in the literature. Even they, meaning Masters, are bound by the law of karma. This is letter number 61. And then we go to letter number 62. This is a message or a letter directly to Mohini Chatterjee. This is a message or a letter directly written to Mohini Chatterjee. Mohini Chatterjee was taken as a chela by the Masters, and after some time he had differences with Madam Blavatsky, and he separated from Madam Blavatsky and also left the Theosophical Society altogether. But during this period, there is a message directly received by Mohini Chatterjee from Master K.H. And that letter has these words: appearances go a long way with feelings, P-E-E-L-I-N-G-S, and the editor says the word is not clear, the word is not appearing clearly, so that word perhaps had not much of connotation. One has to form impression externally, one has to form impression not externally, one has to form impression not externally, but lasting interior impression has to be made. The impressions are of the mind, and they have to be made interior impressions that have to be made in the mind. So if they have to stay and make a permanent interior impression, what one gets as perception when he sees an appearance should be of a lasting and of penetrating value. This is what the Master says. If the impression has to stay and it makes a permanent interior impression, what one gets as perception when he sees an appearance should be of a lasting value and of penetrating value. This is what Master K.H. had written to Mohini Chatterjee. Master K.H. is also directing Mohini Chatterjee to receive HPB, Madam Blavatsky, though he is in Paris or Europe at that point of time, to receive HPB as he would receive his mother. Pay a lot of respect and receive her. If he were to be, as if he were to be in India, how he would receive a mother, that's how he should receive Madam Blavatsky in Paris. This is what Madam Blavatsky was traveling, obviously, to Paris, and Master K.H. writes this to Mohini Chatterjee to receive Madam Blavatsky with all the respect she deserves, like he would normally pay respect to his mother. What others or the French members or men think of is of no consequence, says the Master. What others or other French men will think is of no consequence, says the Master. So Master says to Mohini Chatterjee as to what he should do. He should stun and surprise even Madam Blavatsky with his behavior, because she is not expecting that sort of a welcome, but she should even stun and surprise all the onlookers, and even HSO, Alcott, even if he asks why Mohini Chatterjee should answer saying that I am saluting the inner dweller in Madame Blavatsky. Even if Alcott asks him, that is Mohini Chatterjee, he should answer that I am saluting an inner dweller in HPB, and that he was asked by the masters to follow the method of receiving HPB and respecting HPB. Master KH says, a power greater than himself, a power as Mahachohan, is the indweller in HPB's body, or Mahachohan is surveying the whole situation under the guise of HPB, and HPB has become a channel for Mahachohan. So Mahachohan obviously has used or will use HPB as a channel and will visit Paris and other places in Europe occasionally to have the first-hand information as to how the Theosophical Society is progressing and how the foreign members are receiving the Theosophical Society. So Master says that Mohini Chatterjee should salute HPB when he sees her and receive her like a mother, and you be with HPB, says Master, throughout the whole time while she is in Paris. This might surprise HPB also, says Master KH. Don't take cognizance of the comments of others, says Master KH to Mohini Chatterjee. Don't take cognizance of comments of others, says Master KH to Mr. Mohini Chatterjee. This is a test for you, says Master to Mohini Chatterjee. So Master says, I am satisfied with your efforts. This is a personal comment he is making about the work which Mr. Mohini Chatterjee is doing. I am satisfied with your efforts. Continue the efforts and teach, because he was a good lecturer on spiritual subjects. So he says, continue the efforts and teach. The Master says to Mohini Chatterjee that you may be a boon to India. You may be a boon to India because you have that sort of erudition which will be useful for the upliftment of India. Be strong and don't lose your heart like your other weak-willed friend who was a good companion to you. So don't be so weak-minded like your friend, but you be strong and you become a boon to India, is what Master KH has told Mr. Mohini Chatterjee. So we understand from this letter that Madame Blavatsky was not only a channel for the masters, she was also a channel for Mahachohan at some time during her life. All depends on how unselfish one is to become a channel for a great force to operate within one. So either it is masters or Mahachohan, the person has to be absolutely unselfish. That was perhaps what Madame Blavatsky was. Then we move to letter number 63. This letter is of the year 1884. Master says to Madame Blavatsky, this is a guess, it could be to Blavatsky or Alcott, to the founders, but I take it because Mohini Chatterjee was quite close to Madame Blavatsky, and so this letter is of the year 1884. Master says to Madame Blavatsky, Mohini should put his best foot forward and use the contents of this letter which he is talking about, to make a good impression on the minds of the Westerners, means Western members. So this is what Master KH is saying to Madame Blavatsky, to impress upon Mohini Chatterjee that he should put his best foot forward and use the contents of this letter which he is sending to make a good impression on the minds of the Western members. If Mohini Chatterjee doesn't help me in this matter, his erudition on spiritual matters and metaphysical knowledge will not be of help to the society or to India. This is what Master KH commented about Mohini Chatterjee's erudition. So we may be very well informed and erudite in spiritual and metaphysical subjects, but if we don't take a vow that we will be of help to the work of the masters, which is to lift the heavy karma of the world, our mere expertise in spiritual study will not be of any help. So this is a point to be noted, that one has to have erudition, one has to also have the ability to work along with the masters and help the masters in their work. This is what is there in this letter. Letter number 64. I'm moving because I have got 60 up to 67. I'm moving in these letters quite briskly, but we can discuss any of the letters if somebody wants to discuss in detail. There are certain letters which masters have written to one Mr. Keshava Pillai, a resident of Nellore in Andhra Pradesh now. And founders went there and started a lodge there, a branch of the Theosophical Society there in the year 1882. Master says, as a person who is observing, as a bystander is the expression he has used, and one who is interested deeply as to what is happening, Master says, I am able to see what is going on in your hearts. In your hearts means all the members' hearts. To be precise, what is hidden in your hearts of all of you, means all the members of the Nellore Lodge. Master is inquiring, are you serious and sincere in your promises? Master is inquiring, are you serious and sincere in your promises? Master is asking the group at Nellore, if one doesn't take care of what one promises, he's telling the group at Nellore through Mr. Keshav Pillai, Master is asking, if one doesn't take care of what one promises, and if they are rashly promised, means promises made in a hurry not to be kept up, and if promises are broken, the promises made are broken, the act of breaking the promises will result in greatest punishment. So this is a sort of a warning to Keshav Pillai and his group. So if the promises have to be made very carefully, if you do it rashly without not thinking properly as to what the promises are, and if the promises are broken, it will result in the greatest of punishments. Master is asking Keshav Pillai to be true, to be sincere and faithful. Master is asking Keshav Pillai, who is the secretary of the lodge, to be true, to be sincere and faithful. Work for the cause of Theosophy and the Theosophical Society. And our blessings, that means the Master's blessings, will always be there with you. And he is also again giving another caution. If you doubt our existence and forget the sacred promises made, you will suffer with guilt and sorrow, and you will repent in darkness. Is this a caution which we should all take, all of us should take? So we have to make promises. If we are making promises to our higher self, which is residing in us, we have to be careful as to what sort of promises we are making. So the breaking of promises will result in punishment. Master is asking Keshav Pillai to be true, to be sincere and faithful. Work for the cause of Theosophy and the Theosophical Society, and our blessings will always be there with you, says Master KH. If you doubt our existence and forget the sacred promises you have made, you will suffer with guilt in darkness and sorrow, and you will repent. So I take it as a caution to myself. This promises how to make for oneself to the higher self is something which we have to do very carefully. Master is talking to Keshav Pillai further and says, the ex-president of the Nellore Lodge, who was also a very influential person, he resigned from the post He resigned from the post of the president. So he is an ex-president now. He resigned at the behest of the British representative or the collector, and he is not having interactions with even Hindus, leave alone masters. So this is what happened to the president of the lodge, and he is talking to Keshav Pillai and says the ex-president has resigned at the behest of the British representative or collector, or the pressure applied on him to resign and be with them, the government. And for having done that, the ex-president is not having even interactions with the Hindus, but also he has lost touch with Mahatmas. Normally, a person who is rich and is influential would work or is expected to work for the country, says the master. So he says one who is influential and one who is rich would work or is expected to work for the country, says the master. Obviously referring to the person who resigned as president of the Nellore Lodge. Such persons will work for the country and not unduly get pressurized by the consequences. Such persons who will work for the country and will not unduly get pressurized by the consequences or the external forces. This is what one is supposed to do when he is planning to do something for the country or when he is wishing to do something for the country. Unless such persons earn the confidence and respect of the masters, unless such persons who are working for the country or working for the society, they earn the confidence of the masters and respect of the masters may still watch over them, watch over the destinies of India and other countries. This is what master is saying. If the persons earn the confidence and respect of the masters, who may work for the country, the masters still will watch over the destinies of India and other countries. So masters do it without being seen, without being obvious, and no one will suspect that they are involved in this work of guiding the destinies of India. So the inner government of the world, if you have gone through the book, you will realize the importance of this statement. So masters do it without being seen, obviously, and no one will suspect that they are involved in this work of resurrecting or guiding the destiny of India. Master KH closes the letter with blessings to all. This is letter number 64 and letter number 65. This letter is received in the year 1882. Master is talking about Keshav Pillai to Madam Blavatsky. The founders met Keshav Pillai and others, as I said some time back, when they formed the lodge at Nellore. While forming the TS Lodge, they traveled from Adyar and they reached by boat and reached Nellore. Whether Keshav Pillai would get all the benefits of a regularly accepted chela. He's wondering, he's asking this question. Will he get that sort of a benefit of a regularly accepted chela? He's posing this question to Madam Blavatsky without giving up his, because Keshav Pillai was assistant sub-inspector, and without giving up the position he has in the family. So it looks like if you are officially involved and if you are still very much attached to and have that close attachment to the family, is it a thing which is not looked upon as a qualification to become a chela? We have to think about it. Keshav Pillai will not be able to do the above. That's what the master says. He will not be able to get away from the official position, and he will not give up the position of his what he enjoys in the family. So I would take him as a lay chela, a lay chela, one who is cared for and most favored, says master. Master says, let him, that means Keshav Pillai, serve me. This serve me is within italics. Serve me with all faith, with all sincerity, with all respect, etc., etc. Serve me with utmost faith. Keshav Pillai, through his conduct, should earn the eligibility to deliver into his hands all the hidden secrets and treasures of ours. So he was also wanting to know what are the powers they have, what are the secrets they have, what are the hidden treasures they have as masters. So Keshav Pillai, if he is sincere, if he will serve the master with utmost faith, and he will be a party to all the hidden, at least to a portion of the all the hidden secrets and treasures of ours, says the master. But he cannot be a party to all the above.
You record it. Yes.
Yes, can I continue?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes. Keshav Pillai cannot be a party to all the above, that is, to the hidden secrets and treasures of the masters, by bringing disrepute to our name and deny our very existence. Obviously, Keshav Pillai said somewhere, we have no positive proofs to say that they are not spirits but men. This is the statement made by Keshav Pillai, which Master is quoting. So he says, if Keshav Pillai is bringing disrepute to our name and deny the very existence of ours, obviously he will not be a party to the hidden secrets and treasures. This is what the Simla Theosophists also did, says the master, doubting our existence. Simla Theosophists are Sennett and Hume and all the rest of them. So doubting our existence. Skeptics doubt our existence, says the master. Skeptics doubt our existence, says the master. We can easily surprise or confound them. We can prove to them that we are there, but we are not prepared to do that. There are two chelas of ours in Simla. There are two chelas of ours in Simla, and they have taken a vow not to reveal any details to the Europeans, that is Senate, etc. As these two chelas have not received their final initiation, their names have been given as Dev Muni and Paramahamsa in the footnotes. Master says Dev is going to Darjeeling. From there, Dev will go to Simla, carrying letters to Senate. Master is inquiring whether Keshu will accompany Dev and help him. Keshu has to be the silent traveler and spectator. He need not do anything, says Master KH. If that task is completed, I will share some of our secrets with Keshav Pillai. Master says, I will take Keshav Pillai under my care and inform Madam Blavatsky to give special care and show special care towards Keshav Pillai, which will benefit Keshav Pillai. At the end of the several years of probation, Keshu is free to join us, says the master. If Keshav Pillai decides to answer and take up this work, Keshav Pillai should write, sign an agreement, and leave it behind the Buddha statues, which is there in the bookshelf in the second room. And master says, I'll pick it up from there all by myself. And Keshav Pillai will not be able to find that paper which he has kept there. That means I have taken it. Master says, this is my last and first offer to Keshav Pillai. Keshav has to be very careful. He was very indiscreet in the matter of the earlier letter written to Nellore friends. It looks like Keshu showed that letter to many rather indiscriminately. Master says, to dare, to will, to act, and remain silent is our motto. Master says, to dare, to will, to act, and remain silent is our motto, like all Kabbalists and occultists. This is what Master is talking about as far as Keshav Pillai's travel is concerned, etc. In fact, Master says that he will not be able to get the secrets or hidden treasures if he has not been careful, if he is not having faith, and if he has doubting, and if he has been rather indiscriminate while receiving or showing the messages or letters. Letter number 66. Master says, what is said by Damodar should be done faithfully and literally. No deviations are permitted. Once you reach Darjeeling, this is what the instructions are to Keshav Pillai. You are not Keshav Pillai. Your name is Chandar. Go directly to Darjeeling from Mughal Sarai. Master says this to Keshav Pillai. Go directly to Darjeeling from Mughal Sarai. And Master says, do as I have instructed. Master says to Keshav Pillai, save and protect your nation. My blessings to you. So he has asked him to go directly from Mughal Sarai to Darjeeling. And he is not going to be called Keshav Pillai, but his name is going to be Chandar. Whatever Madam Blavatsky will tell you, whatever Madam Blavatsky will inform you, you will not speak about that to Deb. Keshav Pillai is informed that whatever Madam Blavatsky will tell him, he will not spare that information to Deb. Keshav Pillai is informed that he will get further instructions through post. Master asks Keshav Pillai to go to post office and ask for a letter addressed to Babaji Chandra Kushu. This is the name, Babaji Chandra Kushu. So if you ask for that letter in the post office, you will be given that letter. In fact, there is some other mention in the book where when he was traveling in the train, a particular letter falls in the compartment. And then also he has got the instructions. Keshav Pillai had got instructions. In postscriptum to this letter, Master KH says, the name Kusho is as given by Madam Blavatsky. It's a Tibetan name. Change the dress at Mughal Sarai, wear yellow dress and a cap, instructs Master to Keshav Pillai. Wear a yellow dress and a cap, and your name is changed, and you do all this at Mughal Sarai itself. And then last letter, number 67, Master is telling Keshav Pillai that he hopes that whatever conversation Keshav Pillai had with Damodar, the effect produced on his mind will be of permanent nature. Master is telling Keshav Pillai that whatever conversation he had, that Keshav Pillai had with Damodar, the effect produced on his mind will be permanent. Master hopes Keshav Pillai will not harbor any further unfortunate doubts. Master hopes Keshav Pillai will not harbor any further unfortunate doubts. Master instructs Keshav Pillai to live in the present for the sake of future and let the past be a closed book. These are wonderful instructions for everyone. Master instructs Keshav Pillai to live in the present for future and let the past be a closed book. If you continue to live after turning a new leaf in your life, he's talking to Keshav Pillai. If you continue to live after turning a new leaf in your life, you will not have to repent for anything. So he says to Keshav Pillai, you will not repent for anything if you turn a new leaf and live, because he's giving another chance to Keshav Pillai to mend himself. The first time when he has done whatever he has done, being indiscreet, being doubting the presence of Master and all that, I think he has exonerated him. So this is the letters which I was asked to cover, and I've completed from 60 to 67, sort of summarized the letters and presented them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Very nicely done. Now I request Meenakshi ji to give the Hindi translation.
सभी को नमस्ते और थैंक यू सर। आज हम लेटर नंबर 60 to 67 ले रहे हैं। लेटर नंबर 60 यह पत्र मास्टर के एच मोहिनी मोहन चटर्जी को लिखते हैं। मास्टर कहते हैं कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि मोहिनी मेरे लिए इस तरह से एक स्टेटमेंट लिखे। मैं हस्ताक्षर करता व्यक्ति यह बयां करता हूँ कि मैंने मिस्टर ह्यूम को 2 अलग अलग मौकों पर 2 पत्र लिखे जिनका उन्होंने कभी जवाब नहीं दिया। मुझे यह स्पष्ट स्टेटमेंट चाहिए कि मिस्टर ह्यूम ने कुछ पत्रों का जवाब नहीं दिया है, क्योंकि मुझे लिखे एक पत्र में उन्होंने उन लोगों को झूठा कहा है जिन्होंने यह शिकायत की है कि उनके पत्रों का जवाब ह्यूम से नहीं दिया गया है। इस पत्र को तुरंत मोहिनी को भेजे और उनसे अपना स्टेटमेंट भेजने के लिए कहे, ऐसा मास्टर HPB से भी कहते हैं। अगले पत्र में मास्टर लिखते हैं कि यह पत्र मोहिनी को दिया जाए और वह इसे बंगाली में अनुवादित करे, उस भाषा में लिखकर आपको दे। इसके बाद पत्र को पत्र के पते पर भेजने दे। मैं अब तक मेरे अनुयायी यानी सन से प्रसन्न हूँ। ट्रांसक्रिप्शन इस तरह है कि जिसे बंगाली में लिखना था। मेरे चेला मोहिनी पत्र में संलग्न वाक्यों को मुझे संबोधित करके कारीवार से पत्र लिखे और वापस इसके लेखक को भेज दे। यह मुझे उपासिका से प्राप्त नहीं होगा। उस महिला को अपना पत्र खोलकर उसके विषय वस्तु को जलाने दे। मेरी श्रेणी मेरे संघ के नियमों के अनुसार मुझे महिलाओं से पत्र व्यवहार करने की मनाही है। मैं पति पत्नी दोनों की रक्षा करूंगा और उस महिला के लिए जो कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ वह करूंगा। वह भली और निर्मल है, लेकिन यदि वह अपने अनेकों दुश्मनों से बचना चाहती है तो उसे समझदारी से काम लेना होगा। मोहिनी को उसे एक यह सलाह देने के लिए पत्र लिखना चाहिए कि अगर हो सके तो वह अपने ब्रदर से न हो सके लेकिन मैडम ब्लेवेट्स्की से मिलने बॉम्बे जाए। मोहिनी को इस बात को राज रखना होगा कि उस महिला ने मुझे पत्र लिखा है और यह कि वह फिर नहीं लिखेंगी। मुझे बंगाली नहीं आती और उसे पढ़ने और उसका अनुवाद करने के लिए मुझे अपनी शक्तियों का प्रयोग करना होगा, जो बहुत अनमोल है। प्रस्तुत पत्र मेरे एक चेला ने लिखा है। आगे का लेटर मास्टर KH द्वारा मोहिनी मोहन चटर्जी को है। वे लिखते हैं कि पाश्चात्यों को बाहरी दिखाव का बहुत महत्व है। अंतरतम तक निरंतर रूप से कायम स्वरूपी प्रभाव होने से पहले उन्हें बाहरी तौर पर प्रभावित करना होता है। मैं आपसे निम्नलिखित बातें करने की कोशिश करने की उम्मीद क्यों करता हूँ, इसे समझने और याद रखने की कोशिश करें। जब उपासिका का आगमन हो तब आप उनसे ऐसे मिलेंगे और उनका स्वागत ऐसे करेंगे जैसे आप भारत में हो और वह आपकी अपनी माता हो। आपको फ्रेंच लोग और बाकी भीड़ से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए। आपको उन्हें अचंभित करना होगा और यदि कर्नल आपसे इस पर कोई प्रश्न करे तब आप उन्हें कहे कि आप अंतस्थ स्थित अंतरात्मा को प्रणाम कर रहे हैं, न कि HPB को, क्योंकि ऐसा करने के लिए हमने आपको बताया है। और आपके ज्ञानवर्धन के लिए यह जान ले कि मुझसे कहीं अधिक महान महर्षि महाचौहान ने संपूर्ण परिस्थिति का सर्वेक्षण HPB के भेष में करने और फिर उसी के भेष में कभी कभी पेरिस और अन्य जगहों पर जाने के लिए सहमति दी है। इस तरह आप पेरिस में जब भी HPB से मिलेंगे और उनसे विदा लेंगे तब उनका अभिवादन करेंगे, चाहे लोग कुछ भी कहे और चाहे HPB अचंभित हो। यह एक परीक्षा है। अभी तक मैं आपके प्रयत्नों से प्रसन्न हूँ। निरंतर प्रयत्न करते रहे और ज्ञान बांटते रहे। हो सकता है कि आप अपने देश के लिए बहुत बड़ा वरदान बनो। अपने अदृढ़ इच्छा शक्ति वाले या कमजोर इरादों वाले लेकिन जिद्दी सहयोगियों की तरह हिम्मत न हारे। अगले पत्र में मास्टर कहते हैं, मोहिनी ने इस पत्र से पाश्चात्य लोगों को प्रभावित करने की पूरी कोशिश करनी चाहिए। मेरे पास समय नहीं। जब तक वह यह नहीं दर्शाता कि वह मेरी मदद कर सकता है, उसका आध्यात्मिक अध्ययन सोसाइटी का क्या भला कर सकती है। अगले पत्र लेटर नंबर 64 से 67 तक यह मास्टर के एच के आर केशव पिल्लई को लिखते हैं। मास्टर कहते हैं कि एक प्रेक्षक और गहरी रुचि रखने वाले के तौर पर मैं आप सभी के दिलों में छिपी सच्चाई को बस थोड़ा बहुत ही समझ पा रहा हूँ। क्या आप सभी अपनी प्रतिज्ञा को लेकर खरे हैं? ध्यान रखें कि कहीं जल्दबाजी में किए गए वादे टूट न जाए और परिणाम स्वरूप आपकी सबसे बड़ी सजा न बन जाए। सच्चे, निष्ठावान और वफादार बने, कार्य के प्रति समर्पित रहे और हमारा आशीर्वाद सदैव आप पर रहेगा। अपनी पवित्र प्रतिज्ञा पर संदेह करो और उन्हें भूल जाओ, तब आप अपराध बोध और दुख के अंधकार में पश्चाताप करेंगे। आप अपने भूतपूर्व प्रेसिडेंट के मामले में देख सकते हैं कि हिंदुओं और जिन्हें वे महात्मा कहते हैं उनके बीच अब संपर्क क्यों नहीं रहा। एक ऐसा समय था जब एक अमीर और प्रभावशाली परिवार का व्यक्ति किसी भी परिणाम की परवाह किए बिना अपने देश के लिए कार्य करना अपना कर्तव्य समझता था, और जब तक यह एहसास पुनः प्रबल नहीं हो जाता तब तक आपको उन लोगों से भरोसे या सम्मान की उम्मीद नहीं करनी चाहिए जो अभी भी भारत के भवितव्य पर नजर रखते हैं, भले ही वे स्वयं अज्ञात अनजान रहे और किसी को नजर न आए। आप चाहे जो सोचे। तब तक आप सभी को आशीर्वाद। अगले पत्र में मास्टर कहते हैं, क्या बंधु केशु पिल्ले को एक स्वीकृत चेला वाले लाभ मिलेंगे, परिवार और पद नौकरी को न छोड़कर, जो वह भारी पाप कर्म के किए बिना नहीं कर सकते। अगर वे ऐसा करते हैं और मेरे सबसे प्रिय ले चेला बनना चाहते हैं, तब वे मेरे लिए सेवा कार्य करें। हमें उन लोगों में से सबसे अच्छे व्यक्तियों को पाने के लिए मदद करें जो चाहते हैं कि हम हमारे दीर्घकाल से छिपे रहस्यों को उन्हें सौंप दें, और हमारा अपमान करके हमारे अस्तित्व को नकार कर वे अपना आभार व्यक्त करते हैं, क्योंकि यह कहना कि हमारे पास कोई पक्का सबूत नहीं कि वे प्रेतात्माएं नहीं बल्कि इंसान है, यह संदेह करने वालों की राय में हमारा अस्तित्व नहीं है। ऐसा शिमला के थियोसॉफिस्ट कर रहे हैं। उन्हें उलझन में डालना हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं है। शिमला में हमारे 2 चेला है, लेकिन उनकी प्रतिज्ञा से वे अपनी अंतिम दीक्षा से पहले किसी यूरोपियन से बात नहीं कर सकते। मेरी ओर से आपके लिए यह कार्य है कि देव को मैंने दार्जिलिंग बुलाया है, जहां से मैं उन्हें मिस्टर सीनेट के लिए पत्रों को शिमला भेजूंगा। क्या मेरा बंधु केशु उसके साथ जाएगा और उसकी मदद करेगा? कार्य आसान है और दोनों के लिए ज्यादा कुछ नहीं करना होगा, बस मौन रहना होगा और अपनी भूमिका अच्छे से निभानी होगी। अगर मिशन पूर्ण हो जाता है तो बदले में केशु को हमारे कुछ राज सिखाने की इजाजत दूंगा। मैं उन्हें अपनी खास सुरक्षा में ले लूंगा और हमारी उपासिका एचपीवी को उसके हित के लिए विशेष आदेश दूंगा, और फिर कुछ सालों के बाद जब केशु मुक्त हो जाएंगे और अपना मास्टर स्वयं बनेंगे, तब हमारे साथ मिल सकते हैं। अगर इसका कोई जवाब है, तब केशु इसे एक एग्रीमेंट के तौर पर मुझे भेजे और इसे हमारे भगवान बुद्ध की मूर्ति के पीछे रखकर मूर्ति के पीछे और कालीन के बीच रख दे। मैं इसे स्वयं ले जाऊंगा। कुछ क्षणों बाद वह गायब हो जाएगा। यह मेरा पहला और आखिरी प्रस्ताव है। केशु ने नेल्लोर लेटर के मामले में बहुत नासमझी दिखाई थी। उसे आगे और भी ज्यादा समझदार होना होगा। हिम्मत करना, संकल्प करना, कार्य करना और मौन रहना, यह हमारे आदर्श वाक्य में से है, जैसा कि हर कब्बालिस्ट और गूढ़वादी का होता है। अगले पत्र में मास्टर कहते हैं कि दामोदर ने जो कुछ भी कहा है उसे ईमानदारी से और शब्दशः करना होगा। जिस पल आपने दार्जिलिंग में कदम रखा, आप केशव पिल्लई नहीं रहे, आप चंदर रहे, आप चंदर है। दार्जिलिंग से आप सीधे मोगल सराय जाए। जैसा कहा गया है वैसे करें। अपने देश अपने देश को बचाए। मेरा आशीर्वाद आप पर है। याद रखें, देव को आपसे एक भी शब्द न कहे, आप एक भी शब्द न कहे सिवाय एचपीबी के। एचपीबी पोस्ट से आगे के निर्देश मिलेंगे। पोस्ट ऑफिस जाए और बाबाजी चंद्र कुशो के नाम से पत्र मांगे। जैसे एचपीबी कहे वैसा करे। कुशो यह तिब्बती नाम है। मोगल सराय या उससे पहले पहनावा बदले और टोपी पहने। अगले पत्र में मास्टर कहते हैं कि मुझे उम्मीद है कि दामोदर की आपसे हुई बातचीत का आपके मन पर सॉरी
कोई
अगला
बात
पत्र नहीं किया गया है। थैंक यू, नमस्ते।
ये अच्छा thank you, Meenakshi ji. And now we open up for any other additions or questions. Brother NC Krishna ji, please put on your video so I can pin you. Yeah, thank you, sir. Would anybody like to ask any questions? So I'll just make a little few additions here. Just that last time we were discussing that there were three youngsters who were chosen as Chela, Subbarao, Damodar, and Mohini Chatterjee. This was the fourth person. When he was born in 1852, so at the age of 19, in 1869, he in his dream saw Master M. Now, what had happened is he was studying in Saidapet. This was in the surroundings of Chennai, Saidapet, in an Anglo-Indian school, and every Sunday he used to attend church talks. So he had become so influenced by the missionaries' talk. There was church in Saidapet and also in St. Thomas Mount. Even now there is a church there in St. Thomas Mount. So Sunday evenings he was attending some church meetings and he decided to become a Christian. So he told his father that he was studying in some hostel-like facility. Father was elsewhere. So father had come one evening and spent that evening with the son. And this boy told his father that I want to become a Christian. He was so influenced by that. That night, the father fought with him, shouted at him, and this boy cried and went to sleep. And just before sleeping, he said, "Please, Lord, give me some light, give me some idea what I'm doing." That night, he got Master M in his dream, and Master M told him that don't be so hasty. The labor of many births alone will entitle you to moksha. And then he gives him a chant from the Mundokya Upanishad. And the chant is Pranavo Dhanuhu Sharo Hayatma Brahma Tala Lakshyam Uchyate. It means that make the Pranav Om sound, the bow, your Atma, the arrow, to reach the Brahma. So this was a practice that was given to this Keshav Pillai. So like we saw, the chelas are picked up very young. But unfortunately, this Keshav Pillai had a very large family, lot of responsibilities, and he could not succeed, continue to remain a chela. He did not progress. So that is the story of Keshav Pillai. And this whole thing about him dressing up as a Tibetan with the name change. So he also went to Tibet the same time that Mohini and before that Ramaswamy Iyer saw the masters in that September 1882, same period, towards the end of September, this Keshav Pillai along with Darbagirinath also saw Master M and Master KH. They both saw. So these stories are there online. You can read. Keshav Pillai has written about all these things. There are articles there. So this is a thing I can add for this. All right. I think we can end then. Thank you so much, everybody, for patiently listening. Thank you, Brother Krishna, for the effort in giving us the study. Thank you so much. And let's all join together in the closing prayer. Asatoma Satkamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgam, Mrityorma Amritam Gam. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhave. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everybody, and good night.